Hey everyone, so I'm going to do the controversial parenting tag. I've been watching a lot of videos of people doing this tag, and I thought that it would be fun to do it myself. So jump right in. The first topic is pro-life versus pro-choice. I'm definitely pro-life in every way imaginable. Even for the special circumstances that people would normally consider abortion. In my opinion, they should have the baby and put it up for adoption if they can't bear to have it, or if they can't, like as a reminder of something that happened to them, or if they can't afford to have the baby. Adoption is a great option for that. So yes, definitely pro-life. Next topic is baby wearing. I like baby wearing. I've heard people say this before, and I don't realize why this is controversial, because I don't think that it's a matter of life and death. Like, if you don't wear your baby, they're not as smart, or if you do wear your baby, they're going to be spoiled. Like, I guess some people think that way, but for me, baby wearing is convenient. I don't do it all the time just because my baby actually doesn't like, at his age, I have a ring sling and I have a Girasol wrap, and he doesn't like his legs being in, but he's too small at the moment to have his legs out and like around me. His legs won't stretch like that yet. So he doesn't really like either at the moment. I've tried the ring sling a couple times, and I can use that for a little while with his legs out. If I put him I don't know. If you know what baby wearing is, then you probably know how to do that. Anyways. But yeah, but I don't think that if you don't baby wear, there's anything wrong with that. I think it's just, for me, it's just a convenience of, if, I need to get something done, but the baby won't, isn't asleep or doesn't want to play by himself. If he needs to be held, then, or on days that he's sick and wants to be held constantly, it's definitely convenient for something like that. Definitely with travel, so you don't have to take a airplane ride or something like that. So you don't have to take the whole stroller. You can just take your wrap. I think it's great for that. But there are certain ways to baby wear correctly, and there's certain ways that baby wearing can hurt your baby's growth. So I guess in those aspects, then I think, you should be educated on what you're doing when you're wearing your baby, especially for long periods of time. The next topic is circumcision. I definitely believe that it is, everybody's choice, whether or not to circumcise. I definitely did a lot of research before we had our baby boy, and basically what it came down to is my faith in what the Bible says about circumcision. Adoption. I am fully for adoption, both obviously, like I mentioned, putting a baby up for adoption if you are unable to take care of it, and you believe that that's the best life for your baby. Also, I fully am a supporter of people who decide to adopt children, whether or not they can or cannot have their own. Personally, growing up, I always thought that I wanted to adopt, because I figured there was already so many kids here in the world that did not have homes. So I figured I could give a child a home rather than bring another child into the world. We have had a baby, and adoption is still something that we're interested in. Next topic is baby piercing. With boys, I would never get my boy's ears pierced. Once he's old, once he's 18, he can decide what to do with his body, but I would never do it for my boy. So I'm assuming, but this is mostly for girls. And I have mixed feelings on this. I have not had a girl, so I don't know for sure. I would like to say that, well, I can see both sides. If I get her ears pierced when she's a baby, then she won't remember it. She won't be wanting to mess with their ears and get them infected. When I was little, I had my ears infected 4 times and had to get them re-pierced because I was like 3, 4, 5 when I got them done. Also, I know when I decided to get my second hole, it took me a whole year to get up the courage to get them done because I was scared that it would hurt. So to avoid that for my daughter, if I get them done when she's little, then we won't have that issue. However, on this other side, yes, it is something that's unnecessary for them to go through. I don't think it's child abuse, but a lot of the people that I've heard that did get their girls' ears pierced, I would say half of them said that they wouldn't do it again if they had another girl. So I don't know what we're going to end up doing. I just have mixed feelings about that one. The next topic is breastfeeding versus formula. I think that breastfeeding is best, but I think that it's not always an option. So in that case, it would be formula. Yeah. Spanking. The next topic is spanking. This is one I kind of wanted to avoid, but both my husband and I were spanked growing up, and we believe that there is a time that spanking could be used as a form of correction. Obviously sparingly. It's not something like, oh, it's time for bed, let's have your spanking, like, we definitely will utilize other forms of discipline, and I don't know, we do believe in spanking. This topic is co-sleeping. When we first had our baby, he would not let us put him down. So for the first 3 to 4 weeks, he was held pretty much constantly, which meant we slept while he was sleeping. And so we did co-sleep, I guess, for the first month. But after that, we did put him in his crib. He slept better, we slept better, and his crib's in our bedroom. But I do have to get up to get him to nurse him. But it's a teeny little walk. So I don't really mind either way. People who co-sleep, that's fine. But I see it depending on how long they co-sleep. I've seen families who have a problem with their toddlers adjusting to sleeping in their bed because they've co-slept so long. And, at some point, I mean, if you have 5 kids under the age of 6, I don't think you should have all those kids in your bed with you. So I think there should be a cap on co-sleeping. But just in general, I don't see anything wrong with it. The next topic is home versus public versus private versus charter school. We will not do public school, or charter school is not something that we're going to do. In the event that we want to homeschool, in the event that we can't, we would put our kids in a Christian, wow, that came out wrong, a Christian private school. But I'm hoping to be able to homeschool. Vaccinations. We do vaccinate. I don't think I need to elaborate on that. Medicating children. I do believe I'm okay with giving medication to children who need it. If they're sick, to bring down a fever, to allow them to breathe. But I do not agree with medicating children to sleep, or to sleep on a trip, or to not be so fussy. I definitely think that if it's necessary, then it's necessary, but if it's not, then I would not do it. Cloth versus disposable diapers. We cloth diaper, but that is mainly for cost. We plan on having multiple children, and so with the first one we decided that we wanted to cloth just so we could use them with all of our kids. I don't have a problem with disposables, mainly because, I'm not an environmentalist, and my reasoning for doing cloth is not to save the trees, which is great and all, but that's not one of my passions, which creates me to do environmentally friendly things. It's more cost efficient for us. So that's what we've chose to do. This one is the cry it out method. I will not let my baby cry for 5, 10, 15 minutes when he's screaming. There's a difference between being fussy and crying. If he's fussy, then yes, I will let him soothe himself back to sleep. But I don't know, I guess if he's crying, generally he's not just trying to drive me crazy. So generally there's a need, whether he needs something or he thinks he needs something. There's a reason he's crying. He's not at the point yet to throw fits and tantrums, which that's a different story. If you have a toddler that's just throwing a tantrum because they don't want to go to bed, then, I might consider letting them cry it out. Because at that point I think it becomes more of a discipline issue. But definitely at this age, I do not let him just lay in there and scream. For one, I would have to leave the house and let my husband deal with that, because I can't listen to him cry like that for no, where I can do something about it and make it stop. So I guess I have kind of mixed feelings about the cry it out method. Yeah, that's my feelings on that. But anyways, so that's my controversial parenting tag. So if you guys do responses to this or have a video of your own, please link it so I can watch your controversial parenting tag. I definitely like seeing people's views on things. In certain situations, obviously, my views could change, hence doing research on certain things. Thanks for watching.